I'm in my cool whip. Inside Jello. Hop up out there. You can't.
Hello.
There you go. You know what I'm saying? Right. It's just like, I see it.
I want to go to a party right now.
I see it.
Brackets. Complex brackets. Complex brackets. Complex brackets.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Complex Brackets. I'm your host, Brian B.Dot Miller. Today, we're joined by Atlanta rap legend, the Snowman, Jeezy.
Big Snow, what up, my guy?
Hey.
Yeah.
Always wanted to do that.
Ad-lib. What's the word?
Now, Jeezy, the remix has been a long-standing feature in hip-hop, especially New York City, but the South has something to say, and they've had a ton of amazing ones, which you have been on as well. So, are you ready to help us crown the best Southern rap remix of all time?
Let's do it.
Let's do it?
Let's do it.
All right, let's get it bracking. First matchup, we got DJ Unk featuring Andre 3000, Jim Jones, Walk It Out versus Yo Gotti, Gucci Mane, Trina, and Nicki Minaj, 5-Star Chick.
Love Gotti. But on this one, man, because you would have never expect 3000 to get on a record like that.
That's a fact.
But if you know anything about Atlanta, you know that Unk was a part of Big Unk. Big Unk was like one of the forefathers of what we do. He was like the first independent. He was like the Master P of Atlanta. So Walk It Out was a huge record. And when I heard Andre's verse on that, I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Just to Walk It Out like Usher. So I gotta go with that, man, because that was a game changer for me.
It was.
Yeah.
All right. DJ Unk goes on to the next round. Next matchup, we got Bone Crusher, Never Scared versus DJ Khaled, Go Hard Remix.
Again, love Khaled. But Bone Crusher. I remember being in Magic City and just before I could even get in the door, you hear that.
Attention!
Right. It was monumental for me.
Right.
You know. So I'm gonna go with Bone Crusher on that one.
Bone Crusher. I feel like there's a little bit of Atlanta bias, G's.
I'm just going by what's personal to me. We'll see on the next one though.
All right, bet. Bone Crusher slides to the right. Next matchup, this one's a little bit personal. Young Jeezy featuring Jay-Z, Put On versus Juvenile, Jay-Z, Ha.
I love Juvenile. That was the first time I seen. By the way, Juvenile is one of my favorite rappers. Let me say that. But I remember when I seen the first video with them in the hood with the yellow Ferrari and all that, I was just like, yo, they had me wearing Jabot jeans and, you know, Reeboks and shit. So even like, 'cause we all know who Big Snow is. I can't knock that. But I'm definitely gonna go with this Juvenile, because that's the first time I really started falling in love with what we do.
Wow, you put him over your own record.
Yeah.
That Put On was special though,
smash,
Jeezy.
But it's just like, just knowing what I felt that made me want to do what I do. Cash Money was a big part of why I got in the game.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, well, Juvenile Jay-Z High remix goes on to the next round. Next matchup, Shorty Low, Day No versus Rich Boy, Throw Some D's.
Oh man, you can't, long live low, man.
Yes.
You can't play with that, bro. That's forever.
Yeah.
I don't think that song was like, what's that shit, swag surfing.
Swag, it's like an immortal record.
It's just like culture right there.
I feel like any club you go to, they're always gonna play Shorty Low, Day No at some point.
Yeah. And I remember I was doing an interview one time and I heard, I was at V103 in Atlanta and I heard the record. I was just like, yo, what the hell is this? It's like, that's Shorty Low new single. So I reached out.
Immediately.
I'm like, yo. You know what I mean? But Long Live Low, man, that's probably culturally one of the biggest records in Atlanta for sure.
Absolutely.
Hands down.
All right, Shorty Low, Day No goes on to the next round. Now, Jeezy, what elements do you think make a good remix?
Well, first you gotta have a smash. You know
That's really important.
Yeah, it's really important. It's like it's certified, everybody know and love what it is, and then you go find the right person to put on it. It's gonna bring more to it and more eyeballs and put a different type of swagger on there.
A lot of remixes surpass the original, right? Is that your goal personally, or is that like a backhanded compliment?
Well, I just always feel like however it go, that's how it go, but it's just like sometimes you might reach out to somebody and want them on the original and it might not work out that way. Then you can get them on the remix. But again, it's just like, I don't know which one would be bigger.
Right.
I just know they were both great looks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's very few times where you'll see a song come out and the remix is like crazy.
Yeah. All right, let's get back into it. We're sticking to Atlanta. Jermaine Dupri, Welcome to Atlanta versus Future Diddy, Same Damn Time.
Man, again, Jermaine. I mean, what you gonna, like, what you gonna do? I mean, that's one of them ones. Yeah, it's one of them ones, bro.
Do you like the fact that, Jermaine Dupri kind of reached out to other regions on the remix?
Yeah, because Atlanta's kind of everybody's city.
Yeah.
Like, again, the song is what it is, and then everybody bring their little twist to it. Because, everybody done been through Atlanta a few times, you know what I'm saying? Know a few strip clubs, a few places to eat, and feel like they know the city enough. So I just think it's dope that you can even do that about a song about a city.
Yeah. All right, Jermaine Dupri, welcome to Atlanta. Goes on to the next round. How you feel about Rick Ross and Jay-Z Hustlin versus Young Jeezy and Jay-Z Go Crazy?
Ooh. I'm going with Jeezy, man. I mean, because Go Crazy is, Jay-Z put like almost 40 bars on there.
Right.
Shout out to Don Cannon, he did that.
Cannon.
And the true story about that beat was that I heard that beat on a T.I. mixtape. And I found out Cannon did it, and I was like, yo, could you get me a beat like that? He was just like, he just rapped over the beat. He didn't get the beat. I said, well, let me get the beat. So I got the beat, I wrote the song, and I got the feature from Jay, and it ended up being Don Cannon's first paid beat.
Wow.
His first placement.
Wow.
You know what I mean? It was a Jay-Z, so Cannon, you owe me.
That's a pretty good first placement. Jay-Z seems to pop up on this list a lot, Now, to some, he's considered the GOAT, but do you think he's the king of the remix?
I think that he does a great job at, one thing about it is like, you got a few people that are good at what they do, and they're gonna give you a real verse. So you got the J. Coles, the Kendricks, the Drakes, you know what I'm saying, the world. And they're smart about waiting for you to get your record to where it needs to be, and then doing their thing because they understand that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, they don't phone it in.
Right.
Right. But we sticking with your record, Go Crazy?
Gotta do it.
I ain't mad at that. Go Crazy advances to the next round. Next up, we got Megan Thee Stallion featuring Beyonce Savage versus Master P, Mia X, Bout It Part 2.
Oh man, come on, Master P, baby. Yeah, man.
You sticking with the ice cream, man?
Yeah, man, Bout It.
Do you remember where you were when you first heard that, Jeezy?
Yes, I was on somebody's corner with a pocket full of rocks. With a beeper.
You know what's so ill about that record is because the original TRU, it's like people don't even remember that one. They kind of remember the one with Mia X.
Right, and that was the real time I was discovering rap because I remember Mia X had a record with Foxy Brown. It was my favorite joint. But Master P, man, like I remember going to the record store every Tuesday and buying everything that No Limit was dropping because they were dropping 3 to 4 artists at a time. Yeah, so Bout It all day.
So was you buying all those records, Jeezy?
Hell yeah.
You heard it from the Snowman, Master P, Mia X, Bout It. Goes on to the next round. And for our last matchup in the first round, Migos and Drake Versace, Lil Nas X and Billy Ray Cyrus, Old Town Road.
Migos and Drake.
Yeah.
Versace that was a big one.
That's the kind of one that broke them, that got them over the hump.
Right, because I think with the Drake co-sign, it turned it into something else. We knew what they were in the city, and then the record was good too, though.
Yeah, can't front on Lil Nas X, that Old Town Road, that was a monster.
And that was a monster, but I mean, culturally for me, like, I was in the club when they was playing Versace.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, you heard it from Snow. Versace advances to the next round. And there we have our lead 8.
Our lead 8?
Our lead 8.
Okay.
All right, let's get into it. It's only gonna get harder from here on out, Jeezy.
I can see.
We got Unc and 3000 Walk It Out versus Bone Crusher, Never Scared.
I will say this, just so we clear. I haven't heard the Bone Crusher record in a while.
Okay.
But I was somewhere last week and I heard the Unc record and it felt the same.
I felt the same.
Right, so I'm gonna go with Unc on that one.
Has that ever happened? Like maybe the remix felt good at the time, but then age, it doesn't really feel the same?
It's been a few songs like that.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you just want to hear the original.
Right.
But you can, again, Andre 3000, like, what do you?
But how do you feel like, too, if there's multiple people on the record, right, and they clip it? Do you, like, are you upset about that?
What do you mean, they clip it while they're playing it?
Yeah, like they might not play the second or third verse.
Man, they used to do that with a lot of records. That's why I used to put my verse first.
Oh, really?
Oh, hell yeah. I used to have my own mix.
Ah.
You know what I'm saying? So I could put out. You know what I mean? Like, that's what happened with They Know with Shorty Low.
Yeah, so that's the reason why you're first?
Yeah, because I put that version out. But it was a version with like 9 people. I'm like, yo, I'm not waiting on all that to get to my verse. So I was just like, yo, I'm gonna put this one out, and it was cool, but yeah.
All right, but Walk It Out walks on to the next round. Next up, we got Juvenile High versus Shorty Low, They Know.
Shorty Low, They Know.
Thinking of Shorty Low.
Yeah, man.
Where did Shorty Low meet in Atlanta?
To the west side, man, everything. He was a boss. Because a lot of people don't know, like, Shorty Low had, like, D4L, Fabo, all those guys, like that was his clique. So that was the guy that was pretty much funding and running that. But he also became an artist.
Right.
But he also was a street guy that we all knew. You know, I remember personally Shawty Low from back in the day.
Before rap.
Yeah, like we knew each other that way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He used to hang around with one of my homeboys called Danny Boy.
Okay.
But he came up, man. You know, you gotta respect it. You know, you catch him in a blue Fame walking around. You know what I'm saying? Just kicking it like he regular. You know what I mean? But the West Side, they loved him.
There you go. And
He's a legend.
And they
Legend.
still do.
Yeah, he's a legend.
They Know goes on to the next round. Next up, we got Jermaine Dupri, Welcome to Atlanta versus Young Jeezy and Jay-Z, Go Crazy. The Battle of Atlanta, a civil war.
Man, Big Snow, man. I can't go
Stick
against
with that
him.
Go Crazy.
Yeah, he can't. Yeah, he can't. Yeah.
No disrespect, Jeezy. I've heard the original,
Right.
but the remix does sound a lot better. Like,
Oh, of course.
Yeah, it's-
1,000%.
it's almost like night and day in a way.
It's because you got to think it was a song that I just did. You feel what I'm saying? Which a lot of my records have been like songs I just did. And then when you put somebody else on there, they might just add an extra layer. And I think what made Go Crazy so dope is like, if you really think about it, me and Jay the two top D-boys in the world. You know what I'm saying? To do what we do. You know, it's only El Chapo and Pablo Escobar than us, you know what I mean, that are really reputable. There's nobody else in this gang that do what we do that can stand with me and Jay-Z stand. Those boys Go Crazy. I think it was the right match. You couldn't put a lot of people on that.
Yeah.
And it would have been reputable.
It was a perfect record.
Yeah, perfect record.
Go Crazy goes on to the next round. And then for the last matchup in the second round, Master P and Mia X, Bout It Part 2 versus Migos and Drake, Versace.
Man, Master P, baby.
Sticking with the ice cream.
Yeah, ice cream, man. Gotta do it.
I think it was the beat too that just kind of.
It was definitely the beat. I don't think he was even a lyricist. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He was just kicking ghetto tales, but it was just like the beats. That's what made Too Short so dope.
Yeah, right. All right, Bout It goes on to the next round. Then we have our final four. Now, Jeezy, looking back on your catalog, is there a song that you think should have had a remix?
I'll tell you a true story.
Uh-oh.
I had a song called I Got Money that was me and T.I. And I sent Kanye the song so he can put a verse on it. And then he hit me back and asked me who produced it, and I told him the DJ Toomp produced it. He was like, give me Toomp's number. He got the files from Toomp and added some more sounds. So when it came back, it had that, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, he sent it back a day before the album was supposed to go in. I'm like, yeah, it sounds like a different song. I can't even put this together. He's like, all right, cool. So long story short, he calls me 6 months later. He's like, you remember that verse I gave you? He's like, well, I made it a song. And that was, Wait Till I Get My Money Right. So that was really a Jeezy record.
Wow.
That was better than the original. I
Right.
can't say that.
All right, let's get into our final four. We got Unc and Andre 3000 and Jim Jones Walk It Out versus Shorty Low and They Know.
Hey, man, it's been real. It's been real, man. That's got to be one of the best records of all time, bro.
You sticking with They Know?
Yeah, man.
Wow. Walk It Out, this is where it stops.
Yeah, it's over with.
Do you perform your verse? Does the crowd still want that when you
Absolutely.
have these shows?
That's what I'm telling you. I feel it. You know what I'm saying? It sounds like choir practice. You sing every word. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's real.
What's it like? Because you just recently did a B-side show with DJ Drama.
Yeah, shout
what
out
was
to
that
Drama.
whole experience like?
Actually, we doing Detroit and
They love you,
Miami.
Detroit.
Yeah, and I love doing that B-side show. It's just like, these are records that we love, but you don't get a chance to do because I'm such on a big platform. I'm doing, 20 and 30,000 seaters sometimes. And it's just like you can't do all the stuff that really was bubbling in the street because they don't know it as well. So when you dumb it down and you do the B-side for just like your core fans, you get to do those records you was writing, with no socks on in the studio. You know what I mean? You get to write the records where you was in the gutter with it. The ones you wrote in the trenches, you know what I'm saying? And just going through that experience, going like Jeezy the Snowman, like corporate thugging, you know what I mean? Like those, get him Jeezy. I'm like, man, you're right. You feel me? I haven't done that record in, 10 years.
I have a personal favorite.
What's that?
Mr. 17.5.
Love it. Come on, bro.
Oh, man.
My. I got one on a new project called Big Snow that feel like that on Snowfall. But Mr. 17.5, I couldn't wait to do that.
Oh, you did that one too?
Yeah, I did that at the B-side. I can't wait to do that in Detroit, though.
Gotta bring it into New York too.
Yeah,
Jeezy.
let's do it. Come on, put it together, baby.
Let's do it. Well,
Yeah.
they know goes on to the next round. And for our last matchup in the third round, Young Jeezy Go Crazy. That's the P. Yeah, excited about it.
I gotta go with Snow, man.
You go with Snow.
I gotta go with Snow. I love you. I gotta go with Snow on this one, man.
Where they play that new
Jeez,
G's.
all the dope boys go
Do
crazy.
the dope boys really go crazy when you play that record?
Yeah, man. It's something. I mean, shit, white boys too, though. It's crazy, man. I seen it. Me and Jay was on tour together. And I would come out. That'll be part of my set. We do that record together, and it was massive, bro.
Wow.
It was just like it's the energy, it's hands in the air. It's an arena song. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I gotta go with Snow on this one.
Go Crazy goes on to the next round. All right, Jeezy, here we are for a grand finale for the best Southern remix of all time. Shorty Low, They Know versus Young Jeezy. Jay-Z Go Crazy.
Dirty, just dirty. Shorty Low, man.
You sticking with Shorty Low?
It's the record, dog.
Wow.
It's one of my critically acclaimed best verses ever. And I mean, we know what Go Crazy is, but this They Know record, oh man.
Do you feel like as a remix, it's better than Go Crazy?
I feel culturally, Go Crazy is in the books. We know what that is.
The Mariano of the Marriott?
All that. But it's like, I'm in my cool whip.
Inside Jello.
Hop up out there. You can't.
Hello.
There you go. You know what I'm saying? Right. It's just like, I see it.
I want to go to a party right now.
I see it. You know what I mean? I gotta go. And it's Shorty Low, but Big Snow is on here.
Yeah.
So it's still a Big Snow record too. So I'm gonna go with that one. I'm gonna go with They Know.
Well, we heard it from Jeezy himself. Jeezy the Snowman, Shorty Low. They Know is the greatest Southern rap remix of all time.
And by the way you said it too, Southern rap.
Southern.
This is like not a Southern rap
Right.
remix.
That's a fact.
Go crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's not.
Now, Jeezy, by the time this episode drops, Snowfall will be out. What are you most excited about with this release?
Man, I'm excited about just, I won't say the return because I ain't went nowhere, but just like the intro king, like people know how my intros come out. They know I'm gonna pop it. I wanted to see what it feels like when the first person is able to press that play button and how them goosebumps and chills. You're like, oh my God, it's that. I'm excited about like records like Michael Jackson, Jeezy, Big Snow. Let's see what else, King's Crown. It's that. It's the energy.
Well, you heard from Jeezy. I want to thank my guest, Young Jeezy, for joining us on this
up?
week's episode of Complex Brackets and helping us crown the best Southern rap remix of all time. But what do you think? Jump in the comments and let us know. And make sure you check out the description below where you'll find a playable link to this exact bracket. Just make sure you share your results using the hashtag Complex Brackets on all social platforms. I'll catch y'all next week. I'm Brian B.Dot Miller. Hey.
Let's get it.
Let's get it.